Today on ELN Morning,
an Elon professor is moving from your classroom to your TV screen.
We have the ladies of NC Eats here to tell us what makes your meal Insta-worthy.
And we have Becca Johnson performing live in the studio.
All that and more.
ELN Morning starts right now. Good morning, Elon. Thank you for starting your day with us. I'm Caroline Hartshorn.
And I'm Paula Blanc.
We have a great show. I'm very excited.
Awesome show.
We have some college cooking.
Editing Instagram photos for food, specifically.
We have a performer.
And if you stick around the whole time, you're rewarded with a performance.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
I'm very
Absolutely.
excited.
Me too.
All right, so Election Day has finally ended, but not all of the results are in. Republican Donald Trump was elected president of the United States, but the North Carolina governor's race is still undecided. Our Brian Anderson was at the Cooper campaign headquarters on Tuesday night, and Andrew Feather was at the McCrory headquarters. They're here today with the latest updates. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Happy to be here.
So can you just start telling us about your experience there?
Yeah, so I was at the Roy Cooper event. He's the Democratic Attorney General running for the governor's race against the Republican incumbent Pat McCrory. And he claimed victory that night, but it was still a toss-up, and we're within 0.1% margin of victory for him, so they're still going to have some ballots to count.
At the McCrory campaign, most of the supporters there were very excited throughout the night. Obviously, the Republicans in North Carolina had a huge night. They won with Richard Burr. Obviously, Donald Trump won here, and they won most of the statewide races as well, and actually picked up seats in both the North Carolina House and North Carolina Senate to keep their supermajority intact. But obviously, these supporters weren't overly happy to see the race go the way it did. It's not over yet, but McCrory was leading by 70,000 votes with like 2 precincts left, and now he's down by just a little bit.
So as you said, Roy Cooper has kind of called himself the governor-elect, but things are still unofficial right now. When is going to be confirmed? When's this going to be official?
Well, it looks like we're going to have it November 18th or so. They're going to still have to count some military ballots, some provisional ballots, some mail-in absentee ballots. But after that point, if it doesn't go in favor of Governor McCrory, he can still request a recount if it's within 10,000 votes. So we still might not know until late November. But at the earliest, it looks like we might find out November 18th. And still a tight race, and we're going to have to wait to count up all those ballots still.
So you guys, what would the difference be from Cooper than McCrory as the governor now? What can we expect if Cooper is the next governor?
Well, I mean, there wouldn't actually be that much of a difference other than him as a figurehead because, as I mentioned, the Republicans do have a supermajority in both the North Carolina House and North Carolina Senate. They can override literally anything the governor vetoes. So the Republicans still are in control of the state, even if Cooper wins the governorship.
Well, thank you both for coming in. Thank you for all your reporting on election night, and thanks for talking to us this morning.
Sure, you're still exhausted.
Appreciate it.
And the governor's election might not be over yet, but the presidential election sure is. Our Tyler Patchen took a look at some of the reactions to the election around campus.
Donald Trump was declared president-elect of the United States Tuesday night. The reactions across the country have been incredibly mixed, from cheers and jubilation to anger and disbelief. Many students were watching in their dorms and apartments, as well as at the Great Hall watch party. Emotions were on display.
I was angry and hurt. I couldn't believe that a nation I had put so much faith in let me down again.
A little bit of an impending doom feeling.
I'm pretty excited that Donald Trump won the presidency, and not only that, Republicans maintained control of the House and kept control of the Senate, so I think I'm really optimistic that we can get some long-needed reforms passed.
Walking around Elon's campus Wednesday, it was clear that people were experiencing a wide range of emotions.
It's been very quiet. It's not usually quiet here, but it's been almost like a very tense silence. There's quiet in the classrooms, there's quiet in dorm rooms that I visit, it's quiet all around campus.
Many students today were also discussing their opinions about the result and the future.
He's really demonstrated a real desire to include everybody in his administration, not just his loyal supporters.
For all the latest in politics, Stick with ELN News Network. Tyler Patchen, ELN Morning.
And I'm sure there's more yet to come, but if you want to talk more about the 2016 election results, ELN Political Science faculty is hosting an after-the-vote discussion about policy implications of a new presidential administration and a changing Congress today at 4 p.m. in Widner 102.
Some students are celebrating Diwali this week. Diwali is the Hindu festival of lights, which celebrates the victory of light over darkness, good over evil, knowledge over ignorance, and hope over despair. The Truth Center and Religious and Spiritual Life hosted a celebration last night featuring free Indian food and sweets. Now we have Obniva Nitash, an intern at the Truth Center, here to tell us a little bit more about Diwali. Thanks for being here. And you go by Abhi.
Abhi, that's
Abhi,
right.
okay. So can you tell us a little bit more about kind of the culture behind what Diwali is?
So Diwali is like one of the biggest Hindu festivals. Like it's celebrated all over India and even places like where Hindus currently reside. It's like a really big festival. So like everyone's family gets together and they like do pujas together in the morning, and then in the evening like we burst crackers, you get sweets and gifts from like our elders. It's like a big function. Everyone from our compound or from the society just meet together in the temple and just like celebrate this function. So it's like one of those festivals like where the whole family gets together. There's a lot of fun and entertainment going on all around the house. Yeah. And plus like different Hindus, they celebrate this function differently. Like, yeah. So the way we celebrate Diwali is like quite different from like the other people celebrate it. It's a bit different, but the belief is almost the same. So I being from a business family, so we do the puja of Goddess Lakshmi along with our ledger books of the business.
Okay.
Since we're part of the business family and this is like part of our livelihood, so we do the puja of the books as well.
So you mentioned how you celebrate at home, but obviously you go to school here, you're not home during the year. So how are you celebrating here when you're on campus?
It is great actually. It's not, I mean, we try to replicate it as much as we can, like how we celebrate back home. I think we almost replicated the way we do it back home, which is like great.
Yeah.
I think we had a lot of people come in, a lot of ELN students be part of this celebration, I think, which was great. ELN students get to learn like a lot about like other cultures. I think this was a good step. Since I'm a freshman, I'm like first year student, and it's just like my second semester.
Right.
I was not expecting a college like away from home to like celebrate this beautiful celebration called Diwali. I think I was really excited. So that I came here, I worked for the Truth Center, and then like we're having Diwali. I was so excited, and seeing the turnout yesterday, even after like the elections, I think it was great. Like people were interested in it, they got to learn a lot from it. I think which is great.
Great. Well, that's great to hear. Thank you for coming on and telling us about it.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Registration for winter term and spring semester began this morning with the first group starting at 7:30 and the second began at 9:45. Registration continues through next Wednesday at 3:25 p.m. You can check On Track for your scheduled time to register.
Ever wondered why food looks so good on Instagram? We have the ladies behind one popular foodstagram here to share some secrets.
And later in the show, we have Becca Johnson live in the studio.
Welcome back to ELN Morning. It's been cold lately.
It's been cold.
It's been cold.
Did you notice how windy it was yesterday?
Cold and windy is the worst.
I almost got blown away.
You almost got blown right away.
Just
it's
right
like
up
it's a
walking to
terrible
class.
cold and windy is the worst combo.
I know. Maybe it'll get a little bit sunny.
Let's
Praying
hope.
for sunshine.
Yeah, praying for sunshine.
So we have Liam Collins is live in the studio with your Phoenix 5-day forecast. Liam, is there going to be sun?
Thanks so much, guys. Well, the election show brought us some great weather. Today we had an all-day sunshine with a high of 64 and a low of 41. Now let's take a look at your Phoenix 5-day forecast. Well, I have 3 words for you guys, and those are sunshine, sunshine, and more sunshine. Tomorrow we're going to have all-day sunshine with a high of 70 and a low of 37. On Saturday, it gets a little bit cooler, actually a lot cooler, when we have all-day sunshine and a high of 55 and a low of 28. On Sunday, we have even more sunshine, high of 63 and a low of 36. And on Monday, the clouds are coming in a little bit, but not too much, with a high of 63 and a low of 37. And on Tuesday, we have all-day sunshine once again with a high of 64 and a low of 37. I'm Liam Collins, live in studio. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Liam. With over 600 followers, food Instagram NC Eats is blowing up. With photos of food from all around the state and places like South Beach, Florida, and New York, ELN seniors Zoe Berman and Morgan Glucksman have gotten some good meals out of the account, and they are here to tell us all about it. Zoe and Morgan, thank you so much for being here. My first question would be like, why'd you start it? What was the inspiration behind starting the account?
Well, last fall we were both abroad in Florence, Italy, and obviously there's like amazing food there. So we always captured like every meal that we basically ate. So then when we got back, it was winter term. It was kind of quiet. We only had one class, so we were like, you know what? Why don't we travel around North Carolina, take pictures of more great meals, and then post them for everyone to see.
So when you get a meal, is it automatically Instagram worthy, or does it have to be good, or does it have to be well prepared? What goes into that?
I think it depends like how the meal actually looks. So sometimes it's not as colorful, and that makes for like not a great picture. So we tend to like stay away from those unless it's like a lot of like fried food. Like we Instagrammed Cookout, for example, and people love Cookout, so that was a hit. But typically, I think just like ice cream people love, and those are usually like sweets,
the more unhealthy
donuts.
the meal, the more likes they'll get probably.
Exactly.
But that's a good point about the colors. If I see vegetables on a plate and it's every color in the rainbow,
Right, that's like appealing to people.
You
You
want
want
for that
yeah.
one. So what are your plans for after graduation with this Instagram account?
So I think we are planning on keeping it going. We're going to both go to New York, so I think at the moment. So we'll try to continue doing it and just seeing where it goes. We're like growing a lot lately, so it's fun to do, and I think we'd get like some more good posts out of it.
And as we mentioned, you guys have been to New York, Florida, you've been all over. What's your favorite meal you've gotten out of doing this?
I think our favorite would have to be.
Don't say Cookout.
No,
not Cookout. We actually last year we went to Wolfgang Puck in Greensboro, and we got really good like pasta. We got like a 3-course meal. It was so like fun and good, and we Instagrammed them all. And then Wolfgang Puck actually gave us a shout out. So not only was it a good meal, but then we got a shout out from the chef of the rest, or like
that's just a
the
good
owner
day.
of the restaurant.
Yeah.
So like it was a great day, honestly.
Wow.
Another one of my favorites has to be the red velvet cheesecake we
100%.
had from Miami, and that got like over 600 likes. So that was like a very big success for us, and it was great.
Try to post, like, how often do you post?
Like once a day.
Oh, wow.
I feel
that's
like depends upon what we
pictures?
have. We have like some stock photos.
Okay.
We always have photos like in the back burner just in case. But we try to like keep them like current.
Like once a day, once every other day. More than that, I feel like it gets too annoying for people.
People get too hungry looking at it.
I know.
I do.
hungry. We're hungry thinking about it.
Just talking about it.
So we actually want to learn how to edit our photos, but we are going to see Ellie Whittington put together a pumpkin pie smoothie, and we're going to put a picture of it on Instagram, but here's the process of making that smoothie. Okay, so here are the pumpkin pie smoothies.
Right here in front of us.
And for our ELN News Network Instagram account.
I'll turn the monitor on. You do your.
So for our ELN News Network Instagram account, we're going to have you guys take a picture of these pumpkin pie smoothies. We're just trying to figure this out.
There we go, right there.
All right. Oh, perfect. We have to move it a little bit. I don't know if we can do
There we
this.
go. Perfect. Here, I got it, Caroline.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab it.
All right, so here you go, guys. Picture of these smoothies. So what goes into the angle, I guess?
Yeah, so I definitely like have to line it up. You want to get like a higher angle and something like a little bit more dynamic, maybe from the side, not just straight on.
Okay. What about background? Is that important?
It depends. Like this could be cool if we got a little bit of like the camera in the background.
Yeah.
It kind of
Right.
gives the aesthetic of the morning
More
show.
live.
Right.
Right.
Sometimes you guys are in the background of that too.
Oh, yeah.
So win-win there.
like that right there.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
It has like the
Awesome.
nice table.
Have you ever ordered anything that you didn't think really looked good, but you're like, that would make a great like photo?
Yes.
Yes.
Like,
Do you
we
think
sometimes order for the Insta,
Just for the
honestly.
Insta.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I like it.
I feel like you have to as a food Instagrammer, honestly.
Right.
So how do you go about editing it? Do you guys use Instagram or do you use other apps?
We use Instagram because that gives it the most natural look. I feel
Okay.
like some other programs like Afterlight or something make it kind of look a little bit too saturated sometimes.
So all in Instagram.
You don't want it
Yeah,
to
for
look
the most
over
part.
edited.
Right.
People
People don't
won't
like
be
that.
like that.
Interesting.
That's good, right?
So you
Yeah.
never use a filter. You just kind of go in.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe a filter, but honestly, like brightness, contrast, saturation on Instagram usually does it.
And if you take the picture the right way, you have to do a lot less editing, I'm guessing.
Yeah, exactly. As long as like it looks good, honestly, the less editing you have to do.
Is there a food that doesn't look good on camera?
Like bland.
Yeah, like
Or like colorful, as you said
Like
before.
oatmeal would probably
like
not
oatmeal,
be
unless
good.
it's like very pretty oatmeal with like a
Like
lot of
blueberries
toppings.
and
Yeah.
strawberries and whipped cream.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
it's just
okay.
like, it's
It's
not
pretty
looking
bland.
great.
With the oatmeal stacked with all the toppings.
I should probably get that
Yeah.
picture off my Instagram. All right, well, thank you so much, Zoe and Morgan, for being here. I feel very prepared to Instagram my lunch that I'm now starving
I'm
to
going to do
eat.
the same. And there's also a new ESTV show on Channel 5, and we have All the Laughs up next.
And he's known all around campus for his knowledge on religion, but soon he'll be known on a bigger scale.
Senior lecturer of religious studies, L.D. Russell, is used to lecturing to dozens of students, but soon, he'll be seen by many more. Our Alex Simon has the story.
Gautam Chopra, son of Deepak Chopra, came to talk to Russell for his new TV series, The Religion of Sports, which examines the spirituality and beliefs connected with sports. Russell wrote the book Godspeed about the connection between NASCAR and religion. The book all started with a call from a friend in publishing.
And he called me Larry. He says, Larry, we want you to write a book for us. And Henry Kerrigan is his name. He's still a dear friend of mine. He's a kidder, always has been. And I'm like, yeah, right, Henry. About what? He says, about God in NASCAR. And I thought about it for a moment and I said, okay, I can write that book.
The book was published in 2007, but Russell still remembers holding it for the first time.
And I will never forget as long as I live, sitting with that book in my for the first time, in a rocking chair on my front porch, and rocking with it like it was my baby, because it was.
Chopra's production studio reached out to Russell.
What they said was they had been reading my book and had been inspired by it. So my guess is they Googled NASCAR religion, and since I am the one who wrote the book on it, my name is one of the first that pops up.
But Russell was humbled nonetheless.
It's one of those red letter days in a career. It immediately brought forth in me a gratitude. It's just a deep gratitude to everyone who has helped me along the way.
Alex Simon, ELN Morning.
Now that series is scheduled to premiere next Tuesday, November 15th on the Audience Network on DirecTV.
Our Megan Gittleman found out how the new ESTV show Laugh Tracks got on track. Take a look.
Senior Alexis Williams made her live comedy dreams a reality by creating this year's new ESTV show, Laugh Tracks.
I have always been just a huge comedy nerd. I love Saturday Night Live. It's one of my favorite shows.
As an engineer for ESTV, Williams noticed they did not have a live sketch comedy style show, and she wanted to bring that to ELN.
I had the entire spring semester of last year to work on the pilot. We filmed it, we taped it, I submitted it to ESTV. Luckily, they chose to pick it up.
I'll just have the curly fries.
Fries before guys, am I right?
Oh my god, retweet.
Writers meet once a week. All scripts are read and edited at writers' meetings, and executive members decide which scenes make the final cut. Each show includes 4 to 5 live sketches.
Melissa, showing up to class tardy, are we?
Sorry, Miss Stewart. My dog and I were having some issues.
A digital short.
Lauren, are you aware that you committed a felony?
Yes. And a live musical performance.
Just California lovers.
Directors block the scenes, and actors like first-year Sadie Stewart have a week to memorize their lines.
I love comedy, so I thought it'd be really fun, and I got in.
Williams believes it's actors like Sadie that'll keep Laugh Tracks going.
Everybody on the show is pretty dedicated, but our most dedicated are younger. They kind of know that the future of the show is on them. I feel pretty good leaving the show in their hands.
And as for that future,
I'd love to see it develop into a show that I think has mastered its schedule. As long as it keeps going, I'm going to be happy.
Megan Gittleman, Elon Local News.
To get involved in the show, you can go to a Laugh Tracks meeting at 7 p.m. in McEwen 214 on Thursdays.
And next we have Vital Signs' Becca Johnson in the studio. Stick around. And we have Becca Johnson live in studio. Becca is a senior at Elon, a member of Vital Signs, and president of Lambda Pi Eta. Becca, thank you for being here with us. I hope we didn't have to wake you up just for this.
It's all good.
How did you get into music?
My whole family is musical, so it's always just been a part of my life.
Okay, very cool.
And so you're also part of Vital Signs, so how does that impact your musical career and kind of what you want to do in the future?
I actually don't really want to do anything with music in the future, but I think what's nice is that being in Vital Signs helps me because all my friends are into music, so we can kind of like geek out about things together, and it's still a significant part of my life, even though it's not necessarily something I want to do as a career.
Right.
Cool. Tell us, what are you gonna sing today?
I'm singing "The House That Built Me" by Miranda Lambert.
It's a little bit of a tearjerker.
Is it a tearjerker?
Is it? I hope not.
All right, so that's all the time we have for you today, but we'll be right back here Monday at 6 p.m. with Elon Local News.
We'll also be live tomorrow for ELN Radio at 12:30 p.m. on WSOE 89.3.
And in the meantime, be sure to follow us on social media at ELN Morning and check out our website at elonnewsnetwork.com.
Becca, take it away.
Great.
I know they say you can't go home again. I just had to come back one last time. Ma'am, I know you don't know me from Adam, but these handprints on the front steps are mine. Up those stairs in that little back bedroom is where I did my homework and I learned to play guitar. And I'll bet you didn't know, under that live oak, my favorite dog is buried in the yard. I thought if I could touch this place or feel it, this brokenness inside me might start healing. Out here it's like I'm someone else. Thought that maybe I could find myself. If I could just come in, I swear I'll leave. Won't take nothing but a memory from the house that built me. Mama cut out pictures of houses for years, from Better Homes and garden magazines. Plans were drawn and concrete poured, and nail by nail and board by board. Daddy gave life to Mama's dream. I thought if I could touch this place or feel it, this brokenness inside me might start healing. Out here it's like I'm someone else. Thought that maybe I could find myself. If I could just come in, I swear I'll leave. Won't take nothing but a memory